Hello everybody and welcome back. We are going live with the second map of Team Endpoint taking on Nonames. We saw a very close and very intense map previously over on Coastal. Now that we're on Manor, the map pick of Endpoint, we're looking for a more convincing win for Endpoint. That's not going to be all too impossibly meddled with by the Nonames team. They're a solid lineup overall and already opening things up with 2 opening kills on the fast B push. That didn't last all too long. KN on a nice 3K, Niso on 2, and that's 1-0 to start us off.
That was a very quick round, just completely locking down that B bomb site. Endpoint not being able to find any success at all, and of course because of that, not picking up any extra tokens. And now coming into this round, they are going to be quite limited. Sticking to the grease guns from what I can see so far, they've gotten out that 1 smoke onto Mark. But it doesn't seem like they're really going to invest on everyone else. So yeah, happy enough they're going to just take this full eco. I think this is the first team we've seen lose the opening round and not buy into the next one.
Yeah, indeed. And Endpoint are a team that do like to go for those ecos. Like I said in the previous map, Mark said, you know, a lot of the time they do like to just take it on the face, take it on the chin, and just go for the buy in the next round. Right here, we're looking at a full push towards A. Exactly the opposite to the previous round. Opening up well for the Axis side. Oh, there's the leg being spotted out, so no bomb plant. That would have been a nice bonus for the Allies, but no tokens to be won over just yet. As Pink Doggy is going to be last alive upon the death of Reflexer. He's going to be regenerating his health while attempting some sort of flank around behind the B-bomb site. And, I mean, if they can even pick up the 1 kill, that's 1 extra token, right? So they're looking for any form of bonus. There it is. Not able to connect anything else, but at least that's 1 bonus token. Putting them up nice and easy. Mark was one of the only players that invested into a smoke in that round. He was the only player that invested a token, so good that he managed to get at least some return on investment there. So they're all sitting on an even 3. Going for utility alongside carbines. And this isn't a bad idea. I mean, look, you can buy that carbine, you can buy a smoke as well. But they're actually not going for the full force. Never mind, just going down to 2. But for the most part, cost you on the full eco. And then it will be the proper buy in the next round. So this is probably one of the first teams I've seen, if not the first team I've seen, actually managing their economy properly on these eco rounds and using them as ecos. The only problem is, if they don't manage to find a couple of kills, Nonames start to have a really, really strong economy built up. Reflexer being super low. He's not going to go for a peek till he's fully regen, because of course he has got that carbine, the only player with that longer range weapon.
Nice position here from Zinjini alongside Niso. He's down low, so he wasn't really able to continue to take that fight. But we do see some assistance being found by Niso, a quick trade at least to be returned, and that does bring it down to the 2v3. Send down Reflexer now, all that remains over on the Endpoint side, and Reflexer been given a little bit of an opportunity there as he creeped up mid. Sadly wasn't able to capitalize on that one, and they don't actually currently realize that the A-bomb site was completely open for the taken. They've gone ahead and once again kind of shifted their attention back towards B, and they are going to find a very hefty defense indeed to try and overcome. And look at this KN getting aggressive, pushed up towards the fountain in the B courtyard. And if he continues to go further, he may just be able to find the back of Sindu, who's slowly creeping his way around. But this could actually be awkward for both sides now, because I don't think they're going to be aware of this. KN may be calling over that it is going to be over towards that A side of the map instead. Not having spotted anyone out at all, and Reflexer been able to push up forward in a position to try and cut off this rotate. Problem is, a player up close on the right, but oh, he doesn't quite manage to connect the shots in time. Bomb plant at least able to get put down. With a 1-on-3 and only a grease gun to try and pull it off, it's going to be difficult. He does actually have a carbine in the reserve, but sticking to the grease gun for now. Let's see if he can at least find some more kills out of this one. Bomb already being tapped, and I believe the fuse is just going to be stuck indeed. Taken down by Mara, and it's Nonames to come out with a quick 3-0 start. A couple of kills at least coming in that round, Mitch. You said that that's what they needed to find. They didn't completely invest, and they managed to find the bomb plant as well in that round. And now coming into this one, averaging just around 7 tokens, they're going to be able to get a spectacular buy.
Yeah, for sure, and that's what Endpoint we're hoping for. They're looking to take out that scope now over on the Allied side of Manorhouse. We discussed this yesterday about how it is common enough to see that scope being deployed. They'll take that over towards the double doors and look to find an early pick straight down middle. You've also got the rifles in play as well, full utility for the most part on the Allied side, and that's what they like to see coming out. it's worth taking those ecos if you can potentially open things up early on in this 4th round with the nades in hand. Of course, the current economy system allows for many different approaches to the buy stages, or to the early rounds. But right now, Endpoint not getting all too much success. Reflexor's been spotted out by Jazz. Niso taking one down, but down goes Zinjini. Nice nade. That's the nade towards top end we were talking about before. Comes in from Mark a little bit late on in the round, but eventually connects himself a kill. But problem is now it's a 2 versus 4. Bomb is in their possession, at least in the hands of Sind over towards A long. But with only one smoke, they've got to be cautious about where exactly they place that. They've got Mara to worry about over towards the double doors. Jazz coming up behind on the barn. And also over towards the spawn area, also going to be watched down the trenches, is kind of preventing Sin from getting out of that barn. He's at least got the scope, though, so he can take those long-range fights. Mark being dropped by Niso, though, is going to be very harmful to their chances. And indeed, as he's being pushed down, that should be the end. Movement keeps him alive for a little bit, but it'll only last so long. With 4-0 coming out now, Nonames sitting with a comfortable lead here on the Axis side, but plenty of time left for Endpoint to get back into it. This might not be the round, though, because they had a low economy, and the question is whether they decide to buy or not. And as you can see, they've decided to go for that buy, taking themselves out those Thompsons alongside a lot of utility on the Carbine players.
This is a very solid start coming into this one for Nonames. Oh, the collateral. Zinjini able to find 2, and then the nades as well to follow it up. Takes down Reflexor. It's absolute carnage over on the allied side of the map currently. It's only Mark and Cinda that remain already. I think that just Mark now able to creep his way up into 2nd mid, but I don't think he's going to be able to find a lot off the back of this. Being basically gifted 1 kill. Eventually going to go ahead and try and claim that one, and an emphasis on try as he's not going to be successful. Spots the shoulder, eventually gets that one, but still with 4 more players to find than his position being known, it's going to be difficult for him to really make much more come of this round, but continues to find the frags. This is at least some extra tokens to work with, but eventually gets shut down, and it is Nonames to go ahead and take themselves a quick 5-0 lead, which isn't something you see too often in this game.
Indeed, yeah. Often, as we've said before, it's that first round instantly traded back. This time, a whole 5 up in the lead, and Endpoint's still going to be on a pretty weak economy. They will go for the buy more than likely with 3 tokens on each player, but they can also go for those grease guns, just allow themselves to try and get in that close range. And actually, they go for that 1 token investment on most players. Mark picking up a smoke that's going to go towards top mid, presumably. But again, Replan being taken down on the cross, and these early kills have been so important for the Axis side, always getting themselves that opening advantage. And there's yet another coming in the form of a nade from Mar. And although Mark is able to trade it back, that opening kill is not going to be all too fruitful for the Allied side, because they still have to get themselves in there for more damage than would be expected of them normally. In a 2v4, it's going to be very difficult to win out, and especially as Sind is now left alone.
Yeah, again, a clutch situation. Another free kill to be found, perhaps a 2nd even to be obtained, but it's not quite going to be found in time. So now stuck back into the barn. Surrounded and actually gets the kill on towards Niso on the B bomb site. This could get very dangerous indeed. Still has that bomb in his possession, but the positive is for Nonames that they have been able to just stick together with these 2 remaining players. As long as they can work off of each other and ensure that the trade is going to be found, they will be happy. But Sind, he doesn't want to take this towards the bomb site quite yet. He wants to push forward and see if he can try and force this issue even further. And oh, the timing, just about able to take down KN. Suddenly it's only Mara that remains. He does have the opportunity of surprise, but Sind, now aware of the information. Low HP on both players, and he connects the headshot. It's the 1 versus 4. Mark, he's happy about that one, giving a little clap to his teammate. Congratulations. And Endpoint finally able to get onto the board, but it's off the back of a massive clutch. That is not something they can go ahead and actually replicate consistently.
What the hell was that? That is nuts. Like, he had no idea that Mar was there, because he did spot there was another player there initially when both of them were there, but peeking out, finding that kill, had literally no information on that last kill. So lucky that he was looking the right way. And that's only one of the kills. I mean, that's so poorly played by Nonames to give away that many advantages. It was a 4 versus 1, and somehow they managed to lose it. Incredible. And with a 5-1 scoreline now, Endpoint getting finally on that scoreboard. Scope coming out on Reflexer. They've avoided giving away any opening kills early on. We see them do a boost. That did come out previously. It's not yet finding anyone. That allows them to see over towards the B barn, which isn't currently resided in by the Axis. Jazz looking to get a little bit aggressive in the trenches. Is just going to fall back. And Nonames not getting any information early on here.
This is a very slow round from Endpoint. Jazz, though, he's gotten aggressive on the trenches, so he may be able to find some info quite soon. Oh, spots out the first player. If he had just went through the doors, he may have been able to see C2, because, of course, that boost was coming in. But he's happy enough to just go ahead and claim the one. Back off with that and just ensure that his team does have that man advantage coming into the latter end of the round, because now Endpoint have to try and force their way onto this B bomb site. Starts off decently indeed with Niso being taken down by KOSJ. As we see, Zinjini still going to be in position, as is KN. It's continuous trades just coming in back and forth. And now with only 12 seconds remaining, Endpoint, they really have to try and get this bomb planted. And you can see KOSJ just going to go ahead and make his way onto the site. Picks up the bomb and taps it, and it doesn't really matter because Replan just comes in with both remaining kills.
Very nice play on the scope from Replan. KOSJ quite clearly happy with that, as are all of Endpoint, picking up that second round again. Another rather unlikely one with the trades coming in constantly, but the time being so low and the two players remaining on the Axis side meant it was very unlikely that they actually won it out on the Endpoint side. But somehow, Replan hitting those scopes puts them in the lead in the round, wins it afterwards. And now their economy is flourishing, while the Axis side are suffering pretty poorly, pretty heavily rather. One nade remaining on Zinjini as they don't find any opening kills. That's not going to even be able to be thrown as he's dropped alongside Jazz. Now things are being returned a little bit at least, but Peng Doggy returning even more. The trades coming in late on keeps it into a 4 versus 2. KN and Niso holding down on the Axis side. Niso is coming around that smoke towards the A barn. They're not checking him. This could be dangerous. He's the last alive. A 1v4 to be found. Can he find it? No, the headshot too much to ask for as Reflexer takes him down. That is going to be 5-3. Endpoint starting to close in that gap. And again, they're looking for about those 6 rounds right here on the Allied side. If they can get 7, they'll be happy with it. And I think already Nonames are starting to slip up. Allowing that scoreline to be closed in on, they really need to start slapping back. And with a full investment into this, starting the round with 0 tokens, this is going to be a really important round for them to win out. You can see the scope on Zinjini, looking to find some more opening round finesse.
Yeah, let's see if it's going to actually work in his favor, because already Endpoint have been able to close in that distance. KOSJ jumping straight down. He has the STG as well in his possession. That's a quick headshot on the KN. A nice opening kill indeed, weakens that B-bomb site defense, and with that now, Endpoint, if they begin to push forward, they could definitely put a lot of pressure onto Nonames, but it seems like they're going to slow things down. The only team at the time that they have available, that's going to be Nonames instead. They have to try and make the play to pull this round back in their favor. And so far, that's not really going to be happening, but oh, may just be happening now indeed. Yeah, Reflex are going to be able to put in that cover for KOSJ. And now with that, they've advanced even further and managed to close their way in towards this B-bomb site. Mara able to pull back 1, but still a man disadvantage.
And now with this scope on Zinjini, it's going to be difficult to get that retake on, but hold on, he's spotting Sin crossing over. He's looking for more in through the smoke. He doesn't know there's a player up close to him in barn. KOSJ holding down there. Has to hope that Replan won't be dropped on the bomb site. Could be a little bit awkward if he is. 27 seconds, they've picked up the bomb again. KOSJ closing in the distance. Oh, about to be peeked out. Nice shot onto Mar. Now he's going to rotate all the way around to the A bomb site. 20 seconds remaining. And he will get that bomb plant in as Niso has to get the rotation over there. He has to start the retake and finish it in a 1v2.
Bomb planted.
Going to be hard to do with the Kar 98K in hand, though. That gives him at least the one-shot ability. Increasing his chances somewhat if he can find that first shot. And by the time the element of surprise has dissipated, he will just be in a 1v1 if he hits that shot.
I think at this point he may just want to consider saving, because he has a Kar 98 and an STG. That's an expensive pair of weapons. And he'd need a big pair of balls to actually try and go for this one. So I don't agree with that. I think he should definitely just back off, especially with the time. There's it's not really there for him to actually be able to find the kills as well. And he is just happy to sit back. So a 4th round now for Endpoint, able to take 4 in a row on this Allied side. Nonames, after getting off to an incredible start, have really begun to let this lead slip away. And this is where they probably do begin to worry a little bit. I'd expect him to buy into this round still, because Niso, of course, can go ahead and donate over some of them tokens to his teammates. They have already a decent economy overall due to the loss bonus. And of course, they will buy up. It's a couple of SDGs. And I was going to say what else we see, but I can't actually see that right now.
Yeah, Endpoint are going to have a decent buy though as well. Like right now, they're sitting on that sniper still on that line. They've got the SDGs in play on 2 of their players. Active playing SMG on Kostya. Things are looking decent for them as they make their way towards B early on. Heavy rotations coming in from the Axis. We've already rotated 4 players in there. Close range fight's going to favor these SMGs that are currently deployed. They've also got the M1 carbines over on the Allied side, and they're finding the kills easy peasy. But Niso goes through the smoke, claims himself a knife kill before being taken down. It's a 2v4, so although that's an embarrassing way to die, it might not work out. Hold on, Jazz is spotted at the bomb planet, but he's also been spotted by Mark, who was lurking over towards mid, waiting for his opportunity to pounce, and there it is, 5-5. We're all tied up with Endpoint winning the last 5 rounds in a row. Nonames have that full loss bonus, but it is only the 3 tokens to invest into this round. I wouldn't mind seeing them go for a round. Well, it's probably a little bit late at this time, tied up 5-5, but just taking Gewehr's no utility and allowing their economy to build up so they'd have at least 5 tokens going into the next one. Because that full loss bonus isn't enough to get you a convincing chance. I mean, if you're buying a nade and a Gewehr every round, you're stuck on that money.
But there we go. The nade actually does manage to work out for Jazz, at least. Able to take down Reflexer. That's a nice quick opening kill to go in their favor. And Jazz is going to actually continue to push forward, making his way through the trenches. Finds the back of Mark and finishes him off. It's elsewhere, though, that the attack is going to be coming in towards that A-bomb site. Gosh, they're able to find themselves 1, and off the back of that Sin, they should be able to get this bomb down uncontested. Nonames left in the possession of Nonames. There's a smoke to go in, though, and it looks like they may try and make this a really quick retake indeed. Zinjini opens things up, finds the quick kill on towards Cinda, but the trades are indeed going to be returned. Still favoring Nonames, as it's only Replin now that's left to try and clutch out the 1v3, and it's not going to happen. He's finished off, and Nonames finally put a stop to that 5-round streak from Endpoint.
I have to say, Jazz has been really nice on Manorhouse coming in on the flanks. Pretty well timed a lot of the time when he goes down through that trench. I think that's something Endpoint could do with watching. Whenever they move towards a bomb site, a lot of the time we do see teams leaving 1 player behind to watch the back, but that's not really coming through for them, and they're really suffering because of it. I mean, 3 times so far they've just been shot in the back and completely ruined their push. With that 1-round advantage, Nonames are sitting pretty heavily on economy. They've got a scope out on Zinjini. But again, Endpoint looking to close in that distance, deploying the smokes early on. Zinjini still finds a kill through the smoke and the wall onto Sind. He's not going to be happy about that, since the boosts are coming over everywhere. Nothing to be found so far for Endpoint, except for Kozja's nade, taking Jazz out and assuring there will be no second mid push this round. 4 versus 4. The utility still in plentiful supply. A 4 Endpoint there, sitting with the smokes in hand. One goes over towards B, perhaps a little bit of a fake, and indeed is dragging all the rotations to that bomb site. 3 players currently residing there, only the 1 on long, and he's been dropped. That's Mar down. Now the A bomb site's open for business, so Nonames have to rotate back over there. They suspect a full push to be coming in, but as they do so, guess who's coming in? It's Kostya. He's got that Tommy gun in hand, and he's looking to find himself some rotations to cut off as they slowly approach that A-bomb site. Kostya's in position to take them out as they rotate in. Reflexer as well. Trying to peek, or indeed find anybody with that M1 Garand. They've got to be careful of the barn. They don't seem to be checking it right now, planting for it. That could be very dangerous as Zinjini's in position. He has been spotted at this point, though, with the sniper scope. And now this becomes a whole lot harder because he can't even retreat, so it's only KN left alive.
Yeah, and Kozjay gonna actually go ahead and take himself a second kill from that lurk position. 3 in total in the round. You can see him on your screen currently. He was one of the victors, of course, over at the Gallantry Budapest LAN.
Indeed. Alongside
all of his teammates, just having swapped org. One of the few teams that have actually stuck together with their lineup since then. We've had a lot of roster changes. But yeah, 6-6. Endpoint able to come straight back in with another round of their own. And now this is a problem for Nonames because they no longer have that loss bonus to work with Mitch. Gonna be left down to just the Gavers, and they don't even actually have any nades. It's one smoke in the hands of Mara. On the other hand, though, Endpoint gonna have everything they could ask for.
Indeed, Endpoint and Comrade probably the favourites coming into this tournament once more, especially based on the Gallantry results. There's a bit of a question mark about the NA scene and how they're going to hold up, but we'll see in the coming hours how that's going to be going down. Oh, nice head spotted by Zinjini, not able to connect the kill. Actually gets taken down by Mark in the process of trying to retreat off that angle, putting us into a 4v2. Oh, but Niso spotted at 1. Nice headshot found onto Raplan, who had his pistol out, so nothing to be picked up by Niso. Mara is so low right now. They're not going to be hunting him down, though. Mark waiting to regen his health. He's going to be peeking around now. He's got to be careful of that floor. Oh, Mark's checking it, but it doesn't matter because in comes Niso to help out his teammate do a little bit of damage and allow Mar to finish him off. Down to a 2 versus 2. Both are low HP on the Axis side, but of course that health just going to regen right back up and cause some problems for the Endpoint side because now they're pushing in together. They're able to trade, and Endpoint have an isolated Sin, but a nice nade comes over. That's going to deny the bomb defusal. Reflexer claims 1 kill. Niso has to do something about this. That smoke is only going to last so long. He's going in to get the defuse, taps it. He's going to try and make his way away from it, I think. Waiting for the push in, but it's not going to work out because Sin's there with the pistol to find the kill. 7-6.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Nonames right now. They got off to that 5-0 start on the Axis side, and since then it's just been a sea of blue. It's been Endpoint who have managed to pick themselves up 7 of the last 8 rounds. Yeah. And it doesn't look like they're going to let off from that pedal anytime soon because we're coming towards the end of this half now. They have 7 already. This is something they can be happy with, but everything they get from this point forward is just going to be a massive bonus. That's going to help them out once they swap over to that Axis side. And look at the scoreboard as well. I believe it's fairly equal over on both sides, or at least equal over on the no-name side. Wasn't quite able to catch the scoreboard for Endpoint. There's an opening kill for Zinjini. That's exactly what they need. The SDG in his hands. By far the best weapon that they have available, so he has to make it count. And Replan is making it count when he's given those opportunities. Snatches the head of Mara away. Looking to try and get even further work done with this scoped rifle. And he may find some opportunities soon indeed, but he does have to be cautious.
Yeah, he is being held down by Zinjini with an STG. Niso's also spotted at 1 coming over towards Long. He's waiting for a mid push. He suspects it. As Yaz takes a kill, Sind is in a little bit of danger. He's been spotted out by Niso towards the bottom of mid, but Niso's rotating around towards A Long. Sind not checking the pit. Not shot in the back, though, somehow. They didn't quite get an angle onto him as he jumped into the barn. But it is a 2v4, a difficult situation to win out, but Sin's still alive. He did it before. Can he do it again? Narrowly avoids spotting out Zinjini. Claims 1 kill. Backing off, gets the reload in. Oh, Mark, perfect timing to help out his teammate. That's an STG picked up too. He barely makes it away with his life, but there it is. A 2 versus 2 all of a sudden comes out. KN and Niso, both with Gavers, have to clutch this. They're up against the STG and the M1 Garand. Very difficult weapons to come out on top with. Going to make their way in for this retake. 40 seconds, plenty of time to clear out their angles as they make their way in. But Endpoint's playing this together. Already Mark's going to be taken down, but Sin is slowly aggressing on that corner. Spots out 1, takes it down, and there's the second. Sin does it again. 1 versus 2 this time. Comes out on top, and that's a demotivated No-Names. There's 8 rounds already in the possession of the Allies. A fantastic round. Look at this from Sin, pushing out, biding his time, playing it silently, finds the double. Beautiful aim. And a 9th round on the cards for Endpoint.
Yeah, you could even see the disappointment there from Niso in the player cam. He was shaking his head. He wasn't happy with how that round went. It looked like they may have been able to take after getting themselves a quick advantage early on. But now, coming into the final round of the half, it's 8-6. No-Names, they need this round if they really want any chance to try and bring this one back, because it's going to be a very difficult task for them on the Allied side. And it's not a great investment. 3 Gavers, a couple of SDGs at least, and they still have 1 nade in their possession alongside a smoke. And Jazz, he continues to find these frags. He's definitely been having a good game so far. Sadly, he's limited to 1 in this round as the trade does get returned by Koj.
Indeed. And we have only got 2 nades over on the Allied side, backed up by 2 smokes. But that is going to be better than what currently remains of the Axis. Zinjini sitting there with a nade over towards the pit, but he might not get a chance to use that if he's not careful. The aggression coming up slowly from Kostya. This is going to make him lose a lot of HP, but now he's got a nade. He might contemplate just chucking that over towards second trenches. He's not quite going to do so. Endpoint not yet deciding where to take this. They've smoked off the barn. This gives them a little bit of access towards the B side, or indeed towards the Axis spawn, where Mar is currently holding down. They're going to be splitting a little bit. Up high comes one, and down low comes Replan, finding himself one, looking for a second, but the pistol doesn't come out in time as Sin rotates in. He's 1 versus 3. It should be an easy 1v2, and there's the second as well. And now it's KN, last alive versus Sin, who's had so many clutches so far. I don't know how he keeps on doing it. Bomb goes down. KN's looking to close this. STG in hand, and he doesn't manage to connect it. 1 more bullet was all that was needed, but now Sin's going to be able to regen that health. You can see he has to go for that bomb defuse at some point. Sin not going to be peeking until he does, but there it is again. Sin pulling off a 3rd clutch. 1 versus 3 this time. Beautiful to claim the half. 9-6. Nonames are really struggling up against Sin right now.
I don't know how he's got so many clutches. That was 3 in the half, if I remember correctly.
Indeed.
Everyone on Endpoint just stepping it up right now, and it's needed, and it's just too much for Nonames to handle. We know they have the firepower on the roster, but when you look at Endpoint, they just have so much more experience.
Absolutely. I mean, they're a very strong team, very experienced. Like we said before, across Battalion, they've all had great success individually. When they came together as a team, they worked perfectly, and I also put that down to the fact that they have played a lot of COD 4. I think Mark was from a little bit of COD 2 as well. And because they have all that experience together playing competitively, they've got a very similar mentality. You know, they're always looking on the upside. They're playing for every single round, and they just gel together perfectly. Here in the opening round, we already see 2 kills coming in for the Axis side of Endpoint. Things are looking very good, as KN and Jazz are both taken down. It's Mar, Niso, and Zinjini looking to close things out, but they're losing men. They're dropping like flies as a 2 versus 5. It's certainly going to be possible, but is it going to be likely? Well, with the bomb not being picked up at the moment, chances certainly start to decline.
Yeah, looks like it should be around for Endpoint, but a nice little headshot to be found by Zinjini on the reflexer. Sadly, and so his only other remaining teammate will be finished off, and he is soon to follow as Replan comes in with the pistol. 10-6, double digits already for Endpoint. Nonames, this game really beginning to slip away from them. Of course, reminder that over on the first map, which was the map choice in Nonames, Endpoint, they did come out on top 16-14. Just about. It was thanks to a massive clutch from, I believe it was Reflexer, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, indeed.
But now coming on the Manorhouse, Endpoint, you can see why they chose this map. They're clearly a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, most definitely. This is a map that they really like to play on. As we can see, they know their nades. Sin gets a really nice opening nade, taking down KN and Jazz. With Replan being lit low, he's got the information. He spotted the players towards long, just going to back off at this point, allowing Mar to close in the distance, but a closer distance is certainly something that he prefers with that popcorn gun in play. We can see Endpoint winning out that first round, and can they win the second? Well, statistically, it's unlikely, but they have been the team to do it alongside Nonames. One kill being returned, but it's not the worst position because Sin is still there with the Gewehr in hand. His teammates also going to be able to rotate in and help him out a little bit. Oh, but there it goes. Now that's so much information stolen back. As Kostya is going to be dropped coming in for the flank, it leaves us into a 3 versus 3, where in actual fact, Nonames can make it back out of a long pretty safely.
Yeah, but they don't have the greatest amount of time. They do have to be cautious. Just under 40 seconds remaining. We also seen Mark pushing aggressively. He was able to find himself some info. If they wanted, they could still take this back towards the A-bomb site, but it looks like B is going to be their main focus. And it seems like Endpoint do have a read on this one. Mark just continues to aggress, finds himself a quick kill. Swaps it out to the carbine then as well, so he has a second rifle to go ahead and back himself up. And he is happy enough to just go ahead and play this one a little bit more passively now. And with only 15 seconds left, Nonames, they just have to run straight onto that A bomb site, and in the process of doing so, they will be eliminated. It's 11-6. Endpoint continue to run away with the lead, and you can see how happy they are. Smiles in the back. The coach Pronic, he's a blank stare, but I think that's happiness from him.
Absolutely, keeping his expression blank. You gotta stay calm, stay patient, stay objective. You know what I mean? You gotta make sure that you're not getting carried away.
Set the standard for your team.
Exactly. And Endpoint being very level-headed right now, 11-6 up. They know themselves that a comeback is always going to be possible. Oh, nice nade comes in, but it's expected. And good patience from Nonames. They're waiting for those nades to come in. They were punished for it previously. And as Kostya finds an opening kill there onto Mar, Mark is getting so aggressive, taking down Zinjini towards the spawn, and already 2 opening kills found pretty much for free. Well, at least they were, but the trades come back and more as Jazz takes down one. He's then gonna, oh, no, he's not actually taken down. Kostya losing some HP of his own. He's down to a 2 versus 3. Man advantage for Nonames despite losing so many players early on. Thing is though, Kostya's got that bomb locked down, and Replan just needs to rotate in to help him out a little bit.
MP40 not really ideal at range, but he does get off that initial damage. KN going to be forced to go ahead and fall back off, and they're still actually yet to retrieve the bomb. Will finally pick it up with that kill. Leaves Rappelin all alone, but he is actually on the correct side of the map. Over a car, a little bit of a chance here for him to try and get this done. You can hear the footsteps, but I don't think he's going to expect that third player to be so far behind. Puts down a smoke, but now his position is known. The spam comes through. It's Jazz to go ahead and claim himself the final kill. And there you have it. Finally, another round to be found by Nonames. They get themselves a 7th onto the board. But can they manage to increase this even further? Can they start chaining these rounds together and building up some momentum in their favor? Because that's definitely what they need to find. Into this round, at least, it's not going to be an optimal buy from Endpoint, but it is still pretty decent. They have the Gavers. They have 1 smoke as well. It's really just the nades that they do lack.
That 5v5 coming out now, not going to be looking also good for Endpoint early on. They have, of course, got the Gavers. No nades as well to play with. It's a risky buy, and one that might not pay off. Already losing 1 player early on. Nonames taking their time here on the Allied side. Making their way towards just a little bit of map control, but slightly A-sided. They haven't yet moved towards B. Indeed, as the bomb is picked up and being brought there. It will be Replan trying to hold this down. Gaver in hand. Teammate, I think it's Reflexer indeed, over towards the Axis spawn. Going to be able to help out a little bit as the push comes in. He might be able to get an angle and take down 1 or 2. That is if he's still alive. Early combat already going down there. The push now coming out. We're going to see Replan in a little bit of a poor position. He finds 1 kill, but he's going to be traded back. Flexer grabs 1 of his own, but again, forced back off the angle, being hit and smoked off. Oh, heavy smokes down there. Not too much they can do as Zinjini finds 1 over it. Paying Doggy starting to close in the distance though. Gaver in hand, goes for the reload. SoundQ might have given away his position, but Kostya's coming up behind. That's 2 separate angles they're coming from, but Zinjini holding down with the sniper, takes an easy kill onto Kostya. Now looking over towards the barn. Mark's in a dangerous position. He's being hurt at this point. They're just going to wait for him to push out. He's spotted out ahead though. Didn't quite realize it, so that's 11-8. Another round picked up for Nonames as they start to close in the distance on Endpoint.
This is where I'd expect Endpoint to just go ahead and take that eco. Oh, but no, they're actually going to buy. Averaging 3 tokens, so I guess they can get the Gavers and some nades, and we see Kostya at least goes for that MP40, so it's a decent buy. They have the nades to try and open things up. But it's not optimal, and I think when you have a decent lead, you're on that Axis side, you can probably afford to just let that 1 round go, as you said, and focus on getting out the full investment in the rounds that follow. But let's see if Endpoint can actually manage to make this one work, because already we do see Mark open things up. It's Niso that falls, putting Nonames in a bit of a disadvantageous position here in this 4v5.
This is a very slow round from Nonames. You can see they're starting to consider things more heavily. Certainly losing that one player early on isn't going to help them out. Now Mark's doing even more damage. He's still not being traded. There's a 3K already. As he's looking for more, both players over towards him. Certainly has the opportunity to grab maybe a 4K. Nade goes out. That could do some damage. Closing the distance in with the pistol. He's got to be careful. Up behind him. Look at this from Mar. He's made it up in the back. And it looks like that could be dangerous. A dangerous nade indeed, as Mar is lit down to half by his teammate. And again, they lose that control. They hand the B bomb site. As the Axis able to retreat there and regain the control.
Almost getting caught off guard there. He's still the only player remaining now as Jazz falls, and he follows him to the grave shortly afterwards. It is Endpoint to go ahead and take themselves a 12th round. And Nonames going to be stopped pretty quickly before they can really get that momentum rolling into this one now. Going to struggle to get that investment out, working with a pretty low economy overall. If we see a couple of donations coming in, Jazz going to be gifted over some tokens from, I believe it was Mara. And they do want to buy into this one, but as we can see, not amazing. Even a couple of grease guns as well, and some tokens.
That looks like Sin's kind of thinking about getting aggressive towards the A barn. That could be pretty risky. Indeed it is, as he's going to be dropped by Jazz. Now that opening kill kind of forces Replan into going a little bit aggressive. He wants to get up behind the players coming out A long, and they've walked right past each other. This could be a little bit awkward. Zinjini contemplating maybe that player's in the smoke. He knows there has to be someone here, right? And they know he's not over towards the shed now, so he's just thinking about his back, and there it is. Long range though with the grease gun. It's not going to be an easy fight to win out at all. Replan just needs to back off and wait for his health to regen, but the rest of his team thinking about going for this retake without him. That's going to be risky. Friendly fire, of course, is on. Nice opening kill. There's a second. Kostya on the MP40 brings the man advantage over into the Axis' favor on this retake. Replan's finding 1-2. Now they've spotted out the last player over towards the hay bales, and that's an easy round. Great play coming in from Kostya, Replan, and Reflexer on the retake. 2K for both Kostya and Replan. As the defuse comes in, that's the 13th round finally picked up for Endpoint.
And they're really beginning to run away with it at this point, Mitch. You can see that double kill from Kajay. That one was crucial. He's able to go ahead and get them the control of Baron. Not only the 2 kills, but then that pins the other 2 players in towards the bomb site. They have too many angles to try and cover, and it becomes unwinnable for them at that point. So, massive frags from Kajay. He was, of course, I believe, was he the MVP at Budapest for the Den Penta lineup? No Endpoint.
At Budapest, I think it was given over to Fi.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. So
Kostya
we got that even on
the second, though, over on the flanks.
Oh, okay. But yeah, 13-8, looking good for Endpoint. I would say Kostya is one of the more impactful players though on his Endpoint side. He definitely seems to be one of the more consistent players. He maybe isn't as flashy, but he always gets his job done. And look into this round, he wants to try and get aggressive. A nade goes in and actually does manage to claim the life of one. Zinjini falls rather, and Kostya continues to push forward off the back of this. Gets himself another kill. It's Endpoint finding frags everywhere. It's only Niso that remains. I believe his position is known as well. That reload should have been heard. Oh, Crosshair directly on him. If he was just to spam through the smoke, he would have been able to find a kill, but he jumps through instead. The knife going to give away the position of Kajay, and eventually he falls. And that allows for Niso to go ahead and retrieve the bomb. But still, 3 more players, only 45 seconds to work with. I would not fancy his chances at all in this clutch.
No, and his weapons certainly aren't ideal. He's got in hand a Thompson and indeed a carbine. Not really going to be the easiest weapons to do this with. The carbine crosshair kind of makes it a little bit hard to hit heads a lot of the time, especially with the way that it flicks back when you shoot it. Bang, doggy. That's Mark. Finds himself the final kill. There's Mark there on the left of your screens. That's 14-8. A massive lead right now for Endpoint, who are really looking dominant here on Manorhouse. And it comes back to what you said on the last map, Dean. Coastal was close, but you got to think this is the map pick of Nonames. That's why we're seeing such a close map. Moving over to Manorhouse, you expect Endpoint to actually be able to field a better performance overall, and that's certainly what we've seen come through, as already they're going to be 6 rounds ahead. And a nice opening kill for Zinjini, though, on the Allied side. Jumping across the doors, lands one onto Sin straight down middle. And maybe that's going to be the opening they need. Nonames so far have suffered losses at the beginning of rounds. This could be it, where they find themselves that opening, and the clutch, the comeback into it. They're only 6 rounds behind. It's still recoverable. But a kill comes in from Reflexer, bringing it back down to the 4v4, making it that little bit harder for Nonames to really get anything done. But they're going to be moving towards that B site. A little bit spread out. Mark is going to be able to isolate some of the players. But this is it now. There we go. They've made it in behind. KN able to pick up an easy kill there. Kostya still making it work towards long, and he's dropped the bomb. But he's going to be pushed down from 2 separate angles, so he has to clear one. Oh, crawling around the corner, finds one, looking for a third, but not able to do it. But they know the bomb hasn't crossed the bomb site, right? So Reflexer's just going to be holding this cross, waiting for them to do so as his teammate rotates in to help out.
Nice little shoulder peek from KN, though. Able to get that info and find out that there is indeed a player spotting that cross. That's going to allow now for the bomb to actually be planted. No nades to deny down. So it is going to come down to the retake for Reflexer and Replan. And actually Replan already able to find that quick kill on the SDG. Has that as the primary weapon with a sniper to fall back to. And now it's KN. Pushed up towards that white box. He has an idea about where the peak may come in from initially. With a Thompson, though, it's not really ideal at range. Pushes out into the open. How is he still alive? Not anymore, though. Finished off by Replan eventually. But that was a little bit dangerous there.
Yeah, that did get a small bit awkward. But nonetheless, it's 1 out. Again, the consistency coming through from Endpoint. They're always somehow able to pull off these clutches. And into 15-8. This is a very, very difficult position for Nonames. They're already 1 map down. They have that in the back of their minds. You know, 1 more round and we're out. We've lost this best of 3. Meanwhile, they have to get 7 consecutive rounds. Their economy is still going to be pretty weak. They're getting up that full buy. But the problem is, this is their last real chance. Even if they win this round and lose a lot of players, they're going to be really poor in economy. With Zinjini taking the brunt of the economy over on that allied side. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Nade comes in from Sin. Replan with the sniper. Peng Doggy on the Car 98K. The kills are rattling in. Oh, only the tag for Zinjini as well. Doesn't even return the kill. That's so unfortunate. He hits the hand through the wall, I think, as it's only Mara left alive. It looks like Endpoint are on the verge of taking it, and there it is. Kostya finishes things off, and it's going to be the 16-8 scoreline. A great performance from Endpoint, and a relatively even one. Everybody really stepping up to the plate on map number 2 to shut down Nonames, and as you can see, they're quite happy with their victory.
Yeah, I was chatting to the Endpoint guys outside, and I went, "Are you confident on Manorhouse?" And Mark just went, "Of course." that was all I got off him, just of course. So I think that showed, because you do also have to look at the fact 16-8, that's a very dominant scoreline, but Nonames, they were up 5-0 at one point. And somehow Endpoint come back and take 16 of the next 19 rounds and make it look, well, there's no way to put it other than say easy. That looked easy. I'm
sure those are the exact words we'll hear from Mark
Probably.
Actually, we're going to get Kostya in for an interview. I think Mark isn't trusted.
Probably not.
So
can't blame them.
We'll switch to a quick break, and we'll go grab Kostya, bring him in. Same style as earlier on with Fi. We'll pick his brains a little bit about how the map went, how the game went in general. And their plans coming forward into this, how much preparation they've done, all that sort of stuff. So we'll catch you guys just a couple of minutes. Interview with Kostya coming up after.